Thanks, Natalia. Terry, you want to take it away?
Thanks, Natalia. Your message really resonates with my heart. I actually have two girls myself. The eldest is 11, and she just finished Pride and Prejudice. Wants to read Sense and Sensibility, is an excellent poet, but she's also really just finished the robotics class, and she's excited. She knows how to do Scratch, and she wants to learn Python and become an aerospace engineer.
Oh, we're going to talk.
So the future is coming. The future is coming. I also have a son, and my son, he's 6 years old, almost 7. And I was running this morning. I was thinking about my childhood and technology. And as a child, I used technology every day to save the world. You know, with my Spider-Man web slinger, I could do anything. And as a scientist, I used focused ion beams like Iron Man, transmission electron microscopes at 300 kV to solve root cause failure analyses for billion-dollar problems in space, so that we can be safer every day. And now as a professional, I'm developing artificial intelligence algorithms to dream new solutions, new ideas, new answers to age-old problems by using very, very limited data sets, much like a child does. And as a child, and as a scientist, and as a professional, I've come to realize that technology is not the solution. I'm going to say that again. Technology is not the solution. Now, here I am at the IEEE Future Leaders Forum. IEEE, a society dedicated toward advancing technology for humanity. And I'm here to say technology is not the solution. Let me give you an example. So in our endeavors in the IBM Watson AI X Prize, our team has been reaching out to international aid organizations to see how we can utilize AI for good. We went to one of these organizations and proposed a solution to take AI algorithms, couple it with overhead commercial satellite imagery, because we're the Aerospace Corporation, FFRDC for space, and provide a solution for illegal activity, particularly poaching events in underdeveloped areas. And the aid agency thanked us for our initiative and shared with us that they have things like Internet of Things trackers on rhinos to be able to understand where they are at any time. They can even give a good idea of when these things are going to happen. They shared with us that technology and getting that technology to the right hands is not the problem. The problem is people. People are their problem. Now, that really hit me because I started to realize, what is this about? And we asked them, and they said, let me give you an example. They said, we can bring technology, find out that poaching event, send it by text message to the game warden. The game warden will say, thank you so much for providing this location. The problem I have is I'm on the other side of the park. I'm never going to get there in time to save those animals. So like the typical engineer, we think, oh, all we need is an advanced transportation mechanism, right? Give them a nice truck, maybe even a helicopter. Until we find out that the reason why the game warden's on the other side of the park is because somebody else has paid him to be on the other side of the park. You see, the design of illegal trade benefits that individual's family, that individual's community, and that individual's society, where doing the right thing doesn't benefit. So the problem is people. The solution is not technology, at least the technology that we understand. Now, technology that we understand today typically goes in a linear fashion. There's a beginning and an end. We have a problem, we develop a solution, we put those things together, boom, we've problem solved, next problem. Much like my daughter doing math problems in a book. I'm done with the book. But if the problem is people, and the solution is not a linear solution, what is that solution? Well, you think about, if people are the problem, we got to understand as a scientist what that mechanics of people, maybe giving that understanding may give us an understanding what the real solution should be. So think about people. People have, part of this thing called life, right? And the meaning of life, right, has been debated upon by theologians for many years. I'm not going to go into that. But if we understand that, we have a beginning and an end. But there's something in the middle that's really interesting. There's a propagation function. There's an expansion function, a multiplication function, a replication function. And if you look at that from beginning to end, where this thing, when called, calls itself, we understand that, right? That's a recursive function. A recursive function that adapts, that changes, that evolves. Our solutions, though, are linear. Maybe, just maybe, we're using the wrong solutions for the problem. Maybe we should be using a recursive function to solve that problem. We stumbled upon this solution at the Aerospace Corporation, strange enough, in developing an intern program. The intern program we have at Aerospace Corporation is called Tech Talks, Technology, Education, Career. It's a 10-week program run by volunteers that pours in to the next generation of aerospace, the interns that come, knowing fully that only a small portion of them will stay with the company, and most of them will go off to other organizations, and it will benefit them. Now, this was started about 4 years ago. We had no intern program, and it was conceived by a vision from an administrative assistant by the name of Sandy Kellenberger. She had the vision for a national intern program. Now, we have about 3,000 scientists and engineers at the company, but she had this vision of not only dealing with the engineers and scientists, but also all of the support staff around there. A couple of us went on to that vision. We had no budget. We had no backing by the corporation. We just knew a few senior managers that would be willing to come down and speak to these interns. Our first meeting, we had 20 interns come. By the middle of the summer, we had 40 interns come. It was a huge success. Today, after 4 years, we have nearly 300 interns that a committee of 20 are pouring into. Now, you see that solution set has all the hallmarks of recursion in that exponential growth. What we found actually inside is that we actually found and stumbled upon a solution for a leadership engine, a very, very powerful leadership engine within the company. And so looking back, we say, okay, how is this designed? How is this made? We found 3 principles. First, an all-volunteer committee. Your compensation is your service, and your service is your compensation. So if you want to increase your compensation, you increase your service. Secondly, you serve for a cause that is beyond yourself, that it benefits somebody else in another group way more than it benefits yourself. And the third one is, if you do the first and the second principle, you generate an incredible leadership engine. In fact, one of the chairs of our Tech Talk program, she recently, with no prior management experience other than Tech Talk service, she was able within 1 year to jump 2 management. She got promoted twice within a year. She's now a director of a very important portion of our company, supporting a very important project. So when we see this, and we see that this is a recursive function, right? And if it's a recursive function, then this is not the first time this has ever happened. It's been called on before. And it should be evident in every part of nature and every part of life. And if you think about it, there's a lot of examples. My favorite example is the honeybee colony, right? Only the most senior bees go out risking their lives to find food. So think about that whenever you swat one of these bees. Risking their lives to find food to come back and give to the next generation. The only reason why they're able to do that is because someone else, the previous generation, did that for them, right? So why am I here at the IEEE Future Leaders Forum? Because the problem of people has a recursive solution. The answer is people, but in this case, people of good character, good leadership skills, and good vision. So I challenge all of you today, because we do need leaders in all of our organizations. We need more leaders in our cities. We need more leaders in our states. We need more leaders in our nations, and we need more leaders in our world. So I challenge you, how can, in your organizations right now, create a leadership engine in which you create more leaders than you can handle that can't help but go out and benefit other organizations? Because that's how we're going to change the world. Thank you.